Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Box Score Network YouTube channel. I am Simon. We are doing NFL draft grades for the 2025 NFL Draft. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. We would really appreciate it. So let's get on to it. It's the NFC South NFL Draft grade video, starting with the Carolina Panthers. I give them the Panthers an A minus. I love this draft for Carolina. By the end of the process, I was advocating for a pass catcher early to give another year of exploration on the Bryce Young experiment. I also happen to be a believer in Tet McMillan, who I had six on my board. We were really high on Tet here at box score. Never mind 40 time and everything else that people were worried about. McMillan rounds out an intriguing and young pass catcher group and gives Young a true jump ball target. On day two, they addressed the truest roster need, which was edge. Nick Scorton and Princely Uman Milan I had graded at 17 and 27 picks ahead of where they went, respectively. I also love that they're both versatile but with different body types. And Millen is kind of that herky jerky long limb guy, and Scorton is the no nonsense, big, strong ox like guy. But both are physical run defenders and can get after the passer in their own way. Marrying that roster need of edge rusher, where the depth chart was just a little light, pretty barren, with the franchise need of get a guy that can help the young franchise quarterback who we hope works out. I thought was a really good crossroads, really good use of the depth and the talent of the class. Really used the board well as well. So I really like this draft for the Panthers. Up next, the New Orleans Saints. I give them a B. This was another laying the groundwork draft for the Saints, which is funny because they had this same blueprint last year. Step one, take an offensive tackle in the first round. Then somewhere in the middle of the draft, have a dart throw at quarterback, and then also get a top 100 player corner. They did that in the last two seasons, essentially. So mixed this year in those with Kelvin Banks, Tyler Shuck, and Quincy Riley. There are some solid defensive depth pieces as well. But for the main picks, I'm a big Kelvin Banks guy, and wherever they line him up, I think he can be a really good player. They could put him at left tackle, put Fuaga back on the right side, and try pinning at guard again. They could just stick Banks at at left guard and leave Fuaga and pinning where they've been. They can do whatever they want. I think Banks is a versatile guy. He's really tough at the point of attack, really long arms. He's going to be a good starter for them for sure. Shuck, I see the vision as a big guy with mobility, good arm talent. I don't like his pocket presence, but you have to consider, even though he's an older prospect, he actually hasn't played that much football because he kept getting hurt at the end of every or during every season. So you hope that he just needs some more time to develop, get comfortable with the pressure. The pocket presence was already improved on last year's tape. You watch it early. I forget which two games I watched, but you watch a game early in the season. He's throwing the ball away as fast as he can. He's drifting back in the pocket. He's really jittery. All those things were a little bit better by midseason, by late in the season. So give the guy a year, give the guy an off season, give the guy a summer program, preseason, training camp, all of that. I think he'll get better and better at that with time. Um, and then I'm a big Quincy Riley fan. He's got good speed and fluidity and balance to run deep, move with guys, but he can also come downhill and be physical when you need him to. Slowly from the front office, Mickey Loomis and company, but now also with a new coaching staff, the Saints are doing a nice job of taking care of some high value position groups, offensive line, corner, obviously a couple swings at quarterback. Not reaching too hard, getting above their skis, but hey, dart throw every single year while we build up the line, build up the corners. They need a receiver. I would have liked to have seen them go for a receiver here, maybe at some point in the draft, get that grade up a little bit. But offense tackle, quarterback, a good corner, and some other role players that people really like. So I like this draft for the Saints. Next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I also gave them a B. This was a strong class by the Bucks. Their main need was defensive backs, and they took care of that on day two. Benjamin Morrison is a first round talent when he's healthy, and they got him at the end of the second round. Jacob Parrish can be a good cover slot corner, probably, that they got at the right value, in my opinion, at the end of the third round. On top of that, obviously, not to bury the lead, first round, they draft Emeka Ibuka as a wide receiver, add him to the wide receiver room that's already got talent, but also, can maybe help them hold over while Chris Godwin is recovering from that injury. This was almost a B plus for me based on those players. But I think you could have probably stacked them slightly better in a way that maybe got you a little bit more talent, a little bit safer from an injury perspective, because part of why Benjamin Morrison fell was concern over the hip injuries. He's had two hip injuries, I think, going back to high school. So you really want to be protected, especially at that position. But all three of those players, Abuka, Morrison, and Parrish, have a chance to be impactful players in their first year. So this was a good class for them. And last up, the Atlanta Falcons. Things started out so great for Atlanta. I have my quote unquote issues with Jalen Walker. I've tweeted about those and done videos on them and stuff. So follow me on Twitter at Simon_Short and you can see some of that. But I thought getting him at 15 was really good considering he was starting to go at 6 and 7 in mock drafts the week of the draft. Atlanta has drafted so many day two edge rushers as well of all body types. I thought that was going to allow, and I still do, I think that'll allow Jalen Walker to be moved around the defense, which I think plays off of his strengths really, really well. For the patience that it took to wait till 15 for Walker to fall to them, they almost immediately squashed all of that goodwill by trading a future first round pick and change to get back into the first and take James Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. I could see I'm probably wrong in my evaluation of Pierce because I wasn't that impressed. He a straight line speed guy, he's gonna run it over and over again. He needs some development, but that combination of size and speed is really enticing. Um, but whatever you think of him, trading a future first to get a second edge rusher in the class is pretty insane. It shows a lack of direction for the leadership that signed Kirk Cousin to a $100 million contract and then drafted Michael Penix Jr. What, 8 overall, not even 2 months later. So that idea of, oh man, we regret taking Walker? Did we have a really hard time choosing? So we'll do whatever we want to get both. Um, it just felt like impatient and a lack of real direction. Now, Atlanta does save themselves a little bit because they got Xavier Watts at pick 96, a guy who I had at 58 on my board. Watts will provide cover as a smart safety for a DB room with some holes in it and allow Jesse Bates the freedom to kind of move around, be creative in how they want to deploy him to try and create some havoc. But Watts is always around the ball. He's always making plays, really good deep safety. So that pick in him at 96 really does save their grade. Overall, they attacked their biggest need at pass rush, which is good. They got good players, which is also always good. That's always the point of the draft. But for the overall draft plan, trading that future pick coming off of a year where you only made 5 selections and now you're gonna have one fewer next year and it's gonna be your first rounder. Um, that's that's a tough pill to swallow. That's not a great process in my eyes. That is it for the NFC South video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Like the video, please. We really appreciate it. And make sure you check out all the draft grade videos that are here on the channel. So thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.